We have now come to the last question of the 8 in defining the major parts of a business idea. The first 7 topics or questions are the following. The first one is select your customer group. The second is study your customer group, find the first pains or opportunities to make a value proposition, or what I could also call customer promise. The third question is how to fulfill the customer promise. The fourth is, of course, or is in the scheme, the price you want to charge. You could even have several price levels with the refinements of the product. And the fifth would be how to reach your customer group, how to reach the market with your message. And the sixth would be, or is, the question, the topic, how to, do you have any competitors? And the seventh is, what is your difference from your competitors? And now the last one, which goes to examine the possible volume of sales. So you remember possibly that from the lecture 2 and 3, I had the advice with the decreasing world that you plan and make sure that your capabilities are in the world class. That is, you are among the world's best in solving the problems for your customer group. If you're not, the advice is to narrow the selection of your customer group. And as you know, the ultimate, at least in the B2C, is that you make the customer group so small that you you come down to just one person, one individual. And of course, one individual does not really represent any sizable market that you can base your business on. So with this question, we need to check that the business volume you can generate with what you have defined so far with the 7 questions, whether there's volume enough in your geographical parts of the market to have a sustainable business. So if, for example, your product should be a family album of pictures or whatever, which relates directly to your customers, your family, your customer group would be your family. And with it would be easy to be the world's best deliverer of the photographs of your family and its relationships, but the market size is questionable. The market would be pretty quickly filled up and saturated. So that's a trivial example of finding a market that you can be a world leader in, but with the market niche is so small that it doesn't really represent a possibility for growing a company. So that's pretty obvious necessity of checking the volume. So if you're checking of this, and it's very, very difficult to give any general advice because up till now, these questions can be of any type of product or service. The questions could be applied to existing business, and it's always important to re-examine the existing business. So this analysis and these questions do not only apply for a startup. It can be part of any ordinary established company's yearly plan for reviewing of the business ideas that are being handled. So, um, if now the volume should be too low, what to do? Well, you just have to go back to the earlier assumptions and guesses and re-answer the questions. If possible, going back completely to the customer group and make another selection, find some other group of potential customers you could be happy with. And in this question, my advice is to find the customer group that you would personally like to deal with. If you don't enjoy and have bad relationships or with, let's say, dentists because of the possible pain involved, you shouldn't select dentists as your possible customer group. It should be someone that will give you energy and joy and inspiration deal with the customer group. So that's about one of the few times in your startup career where you can really follow your feelings. And if you follow your feelings in this question, you get more energy, which may become quite important at one or the other stage in your development of a company, which is bound certainly to contain a lot of ups and downs. That's almost a natural rule that being an entrepreneur, you would have plenty of ups and downs. So, with these 8 questions, we have completed the remarks on categorizing a business idea. And if you have any thoughts, comments, or feedback, I would highly welcome your either email or response to this Patreon system to whatever you'd like to comment on, criticize, or disagree, or if you have any additions. The next step in making a business plan that is going forward with your plans for making a startup company with a team would be to make a so-called rapid business model, rapid budget model, sorry, could be termed both ways. With the rapid budget model, we start guessing on the same questions we have gone through here, but now we uh, we guess, or I emphasize the word guess, on the quantitative, the size of the potential market, the the customer numbers, potential customer numbers you can reach with a certain budget, and we go on to make a very rapid 1 to 2 hours would be, if you know reasonably know the business, you can make the first guesses in 1 or 2 hours, and you'll get an answer to First of all, how much money is needed in order to get this venture going, and how much profit will you generate, and finally, is it likely that you can get a financing of this venture without selling, giving up too much of the ownership? Sorry. So that's the next step. Another next step, which I will include in this series, is a comparison with other models like the Osterwalder business canvas. So that will be for the next time, and we are very close to the end of the series. Thank you very much for listening, and please come with your comments. And I look forward to the next and possibly the last in this series. Bye for now.